listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
My name is Brent Atwater, and I'm your host of Alive Again on PetLifeRadio.com. Who in the world is Brent Atwater? Well, I'm an animal intuitive, and we do two things on this show. We answer questions about your pet and its health, and then we also talk about animal reincarnation. But today, we're going to look inside pet bodies and talk about products that will help your pet. We are going to be talking with Keli McBride from Pet Naturals of Vermont that I met at the Global Pet Expo. For those of you who are listening for animal reincarnation today, we're going to jump over that subject since we've done a lot of the podcasts on that and we have archives. And Meg, I believe you said we had an email, and you need to tell that listener why we were unable to listen to their email.
Yeah, we did. We got in a wonderful email, but without a picture. And we want to remind all of our listeners to please include a picture of your pet and also your daytime telephone number, because we might choose your email to be read on the air and also invite you to tell your story here at Pet Life Radio with Brent and me. So please be sure to include a picture of your pet and also your daytime telephone number, because we'd love to be here to help you. That's what we're here for.
That's right. And you send your emails to Brent@PetLifeRadio.com or Meg@PetLifeRadio.com. And that's the Alive Again section. Now, what I want to share with you for the questions about animal reincarnation, for those of you who are new listeners, is we have 3 books. I'm Home, A Dog's Never-Ending Love Story. I'm Home, A Cat's Never-Ending Love Story. And Animal Reincarnation, everything you ever wanted to know about pet reincarnation. And we're thrilled to share with you that at the Global Pet Expo in 2012, we were awarded the best book by the Dog Czar Group. And I want to thank them for honoring our animal reincarnation research and for allowing us to help heal hearts one pet loss at a time. Now, for those of you who've never heard of what we do, you can go to our books at www.justplainlovebooks.com, and you can find all of our animal reincarnation books. Now, if you want to learn more about animal reincarnation, you can also listen to all our podcasts and archives on PetLifeRadio.com. We're here weekly, and we offer one half section for animal reincarnation, and the second half is about animal health. Today, we're going to be talking about animal health, and we'll be working with Keli McBride from Pet Naturals of Vermont. So right after the sponsor break, we'll be back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Petco, where the pets go. Petco, where the pets go.
Pet Life Radio has tail-wagging, fur-flying, fabulous deals for our listeners from Petco. Get $6 off your order of $60 or more, and up to 40% off the entire Petco site. That's right. But that's not all. Because you're a Pet Life Radio listener, you'll also get free shipping on your order of $49 or more. $6 off, up to 40% off, and free shipping from Pet Life Radio and Petco. To get these awesome deals, go to PetcoDeals.com. That's PetcoDeals.com.
Petco, where the pets go.
I'm not much of a reader, but I do wish I were more well-read.
There are so many great books coming out. I wish I could find a way to keep up.
Audible.com makes it easy to stay well-informed and catch up on your reading simply by listening. Audiobooks from Audible turn downtime into uptime. You'll be more productive and become well-read.
Now I'm able to catch up on all the great books I've been wanting to read.
With Audible, I feel smarter.
Pet Life Radio listeners, try Audible.com now and get your first 30 days of Audible Listener Gold membership plan free. And get a free audiobook. Choose from over 100,000 titles. To get this great deal, go to audibledeals.com. That's audibledeals.com.
Every pet is unique. Maybe they're gray in the muzzle, yet young at heart. Maybe they're growing out of the puppy stage and into their paws and ears. Or maybe they're just trying to maintain a more girlish figure. At PetSmart, we have the right food for your pet at a great value for you. PetSmart. Be better together.
Go to PetSmartDeal.com and save up to 30% on awesome gifts for the pets and pet people in your life. Toys, collars, leashes, PetSmart gift cards, treats, and more. Go to PetSmartDeal.com today. PetSmartDeal.com.
Eddie White, what's the #1 pet radio network in the world?
Pet Life Radio.
Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer. What radio network has over 5 million monthly listeners and over 50 pet talk shows?
Pet Life Radio.
Rachel Ray, where is the best place to reach potential customers if you have a pet business?
Pet Life Radio.
Put your business in front of over 5 million pet parents with a radio ad on Pet Life Radio, the award-winning #1 pet radio network on the planet. Call our sales department today. Toll free at 877-385-8882. That's 877-385-8882. Or email us at sales@petliferadio.com. Steve Wozniak, if Apple was a pet business, where would you advertise your iLeash?
On Pet Life Radio.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets.
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Alive Again, and we have with us today Keli McBride of Pet Naturals of Vermont, and you can go to their website at www.petnaturals.com. Now, we're going to have this also on our Facebook page, Brent Atwater Animal Reincarnation, or our Alive Again Facebook page. So do like us there, and we'll give you the link to Pet Naturals. Keli, thanks for taking time to be with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited.
Well, I'm excited because, folks, you do not know there were 15 football fields of products over at the Global Pet Expo, and I was very fortunate to run into Keli's group there. And one of the reasons that I was so drawn to them, and being an animal medical intuitive, is when I look inside bodies, I see a lot of things that are wrong with animals, and I believe in using integrative medicine, which is both veterinary medicine and naturals. And one of the things that I like about Keli's thing, and she will tell you about this and Keli's products, about the pureness of the quality of their products. And you would give us a little overview about that. We'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We have, as a company, voluntarily registered ourselves with the FDA. So that means that we are inspected on a real regular basis. We're members of CGMP, which means we have to follow good manufacturing practices, and we were one of the first companies to be inspected and then awarded the seal, which is NASC, which stands for the National Animal Supplement Council. And we've been in the business of making veterinarian-approved nutritional supplements for companion animals since 1973.
That is wonderful. And, you know, when they had that huge scare in China last year or the year before with all the foods, how do you protect your users from any of that?
We source out all of our raw material, and we belong to a program called the National Products Association. And basically, that was designed to increase safety of raw material, and that does include, you know, proper identification of the raw material before they are allowed into the United States. So we basically are resourcing all of our raw material and only work with the most pure, natural, healthy raw ingredients that are available.
Well, I know Meg's dog and my dog both have allergies, and that's why I was so drawn to your products. And one of the things that we found most interesting is your hip joint. And, you know, for those of you who are calling out there that ask me as an animal medical intuitive, what is one of the problems you see? And one of the problems I see is a lot of large dogs, as they age, they start getting spinal issues and hip issues. And Keli, if you'll tell us why you specifically targeted this towards large dogs, I thought that was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, we certainly did, you know, because you're talking about a large breed, and when this is a puppy, when this is a young animal, every single day they are walking towards some form or level of joint dysfunction.
That's right.
So it really makes sense to get in there with nutritional supplements to try to support that which is healthy. You also can intervene when there's like early to moderate stages of joint dysfunction. And the ingredients in our formula I absolutely love. You know, we have the glucosamine in there. And what's interesting is humans and animals, as they start to age, they don't produce glucosamine like they used to. And glucosamine is absolutely essential for some of the ingredients that keep the integrity of our cartilage together. And it's absolutely essential for what's called synovial fluid so that we can keep range of motion in the joint. So you have glucosamine, and what I love about the Hip and Joint XL for large dogs is in each serving, that dog is getting well over 1,200 milligrams of glucosamine. And a lot of the studies were done based on 1,200 to 1,500 milligrams. A lot of products that are out there will have anywhere from 300 to maybe 700 milligrams of glucosamine. So I feel that we're at real therapeutic levels. And when you put that together with MSM, which, totally improves joint comfort and mobility, and you put it together with chondroitin sulfates and omega-3s, we're talking about being able to support the integrity so that the animal can put more weight, they can bear more weight on that joint, and also being able to improve their gait. So this is a product that we've been working with in these substances with human healthcare professionals and veterinarians, and now available, to the consumer through the Pet Naturals.
How does it interact with drugs? I've got to ask you that right quick because, we all worry about that.
Absolutely, and that is a great question. And because these are natural supplements, if an animal is on a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug to reduce pain and inflammation, you can use the Hip and Joint XL collaboratively. And we'll find many times what veterinarians will do is that they will use both at the same time, saturate the tissues, and then wean the animal back as far as they can off of that non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. Because especially in older dogs, they've got an older liver. And every time we're putting drugs into that body, we are challenging the liver.
That's right where I was going with that, because we have had a lot of dogs that people who are naturally supplementing them, and cats also, they will over-supplement and they will have a healing crisis. And they don't understand that they have loved them to death with natural supplements. So
You're absolutely right.
You can kill an animal, and I hate going to use that word because that's just how it is. You can kill an animal with over-supplementation. So I think that when you're using products such as yours, Pet Naturals, then it's really important to know exactly how much is inside the ingredients and how pure they are. Now, let's go on a lighter note here. There are just so many cats around the world, and a lot of people have them in apartments, and as the world gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and apartments can have fewer and fewer space, a cat seems to be the most appropriate pet that can sit on the back of the chair or at the top of the bed or take up as little space as possible. And I just absolutely laughed out loud when we looked at your product called Smelly Cat. I think you should share that with all the people who are living in apartments and small spaces, or just have a nasty smelling kitty, about what that does, because I just thought it was just way appropriate. Because I have one of those, and when Ugly, the most beautiful of them all, goes potty, everybody in the neighborhood knows it. So I'm looking at
that is just so funny. That is so funny. And I'll tell you that I have 2 cats, and I've always been a cat person, and no one, when they come into my home, knows that I have a cat. They cannot detect the odor. So when we put this together, that is really, really good. When we put this together, it was, about suppressing fecal odors, and the nice, I would call it the side benefit, is that it also will reduce foul breath. And our little kitty cats that like to get in our face and lick us, they've got some fishy smelling breath.
And when they get head bumps in the morning with bad breath, you wakes you up better than an alarm clock.
You're absolutely right. So what we wanted to do with this product was actually improve fecal quality. We wanted to help clean the blood, and we wanted to reduce the frequency of flatulence. And we designed this formula around an incredible ingredient, and it's a Champex brand mushroom extract. And basically what that does is, as you're going through digestion, the mushroom has been studied extensively for its ability to reduce odors. And what happens is it will suppress the generation of toxic chemicals that are produced during the digestive process.
I mean, I never thought we would really be dealing with cat flatulence on a show. But
and you know what I think is very interesting is that, we go into the stores and we look at the best kitty litter, and there's never really been anything for the backside, if you will.
And inside of the backside.
Yeah, this is just a fabulous product.
Processing plant for the poo-poo.
Yeah. And you know what? I just have to say this. For the last 7 years, we have really been perfecting the delivery system for cats and the palatability, because anybody can make the best product, but if our little feline friends are not going to eat it, then the product does not get a chance to work. And with our products, we're getting a 92% likability factor, if you will.
That's high.
So,
if the cat gets attitude, it's over.
Yes, that's exactly right.
I mean, they go to get an attitude about, I'm not going to eat this, and it's a done deal. I don't care what you put it in, how you put it, or what you put it under. They just
That's right.
So
and you know what? This is like a little fish-shaped chew, and I've gotten to the point now where I have to break it down into 3 tiny pieces so that my cats, I can extend the pleasure that they're having when they get the product.
Oh.
Honest to goodness.
Okay. Well, now, in addition to taking care of the smelly cat processing the poo-poo, another problem that we always have, and this you have for dogs and cats, which I think is lovely. As animals age, and even as young people who have, and also being a medical intuitive, we have digestive system problems like GERD and everything like that early in life and all through life. And I noticed that you have a daily digest, because a lot of the sick animals that I work with have digestive problems, or when they're going into chronic renal failure, they have digestive problems. And as they age, the digestive, if we can't have the digestive system working, then they can't process the food, which then helps the immune system, which then helps them survive the disease or the disorder. So if you could share with us about your product called Daily Digest, I'd really appreciate it.
Sure, I would love to. What we did was we combined 8 digestive enzymes along with a very stable strain of beneficial bacteria, and that strain is called Bacillus coagulans. And it was all put together to support the digestive tract. Now, in older animals, just like, ourselves, as we age, we don't metabolize the enzymes that we used to. The quality isn't like it used to be. And so you're absolutely right. If we can't break it down, if we can't absorb it, it can't be transported through the body, and, we're unable to benefit from the foods that we are eating. So we wanted this to be a product that could be used on a daily basis for general GI health. So let's take a preventative step there, and immune system support. But we also wanted this to be a product that could be used during times of stress. So whether traveling or kenneling or training, or even after antibiotic therapy or deworming, because all of those things will cause an imbalance between the good and bad bacteria. So that's really what we wanted to be able to do with this product. And the nice, side benefit with the digestive enzymes that are in the formula, the animal has a better chance to benefit from the high-quality food that the pet owner is actually, delivering.
And is this everybody's going to say, well, I give my pet probiotics. What's the difference between this and probiotics?
And that's a really good question. And what's going to be different here is that it also combines the digestive enzymes with the probiotic. So we're really dealing with a couple of different functions here. We're really supporting the digestive tract from one end to the other.
So we're getting a twofer.
You're getting a twofer. You're absolutely right. And I love this product because we used a natural duck flavor. Because there are some animals out there that have maybe developed a tolerance towards chicken, okay? Or, and maybe they've even developed leaky gut or something like that. So the duck flavor has gone over very, very well among both the dogs and the cats.
And how does this go with medicines from the veterinary profession? I mean, can a dog take this while they're on medicines for their disorders and diseases?
Well, they absolutely can. And, the thing about probiotics, if the animal's receiving an antibiotic, which they need, then all we want to do is just let an hour or two pass by before we give them a good strain of bacteria, because we don't want that antibiotic to kill, if you will, the good strain that we're trying to replace. So, yeah, absolutely no problems there.
Well, this has been good talking with you today, and I really hope that everybody will take the time to go to www.petnaturals.com and view all of their products. And for all of my, since I have a red border collie, all of my agility friends out there, what is the name of that product that you have for all the agility dogs?
It is called Agility DMG.
Hey, so listen up, folks.
Absolutely. We have a lot of human and animal athletes that benefit from that. That product is something that our company was started on, back in the 70s. And, people can visit the website. They can give us a call with any questions. We'd be glad to help them out.
I did notice on your website you have a handy retail locator, because what I did, the first thing I did is I popped in my zip code and I came up with like 2 or 3 retailers very close to me that has all the products. So that's so exciting.
It is exciting. And you know, what I like too, when you go on the Pet Naturals website, if there's a product, if one of your listeners today says, you know, I'm really interested in that Daily Digest, you go, you find the product, and then there is what we call a product detail sheet. And that is written about the product. It says, you know, these are the uses, this is what's included, and then there's a breakdown on what every ingredient does to help address the situation. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, folks, they have just provided it all. And Keli, we thank you very much. We've got about 2 minutes to close the show. Go to petnaturals.com and like Pet Naturals on Facebook, and we will put this up on our Alive Again Facebook page, and we'll also put it up on our Brent Atwater Animal Reincarnation page, so you can find all these products. And we are really grateful that Keli took time out of her schedule to explain to us. I hope all of you out there who are listening and are regular listeners or consumers of this radio show will appreciate all of the special time and efforts that Pet Naturals has gone to create a food product and a supplement product that is inspected, and you're not just going to get something off the rack and it's, you know, registered with the FDA, and they've done all the precautionary things that I would trust my dog's life to. So if you want to hear our other podcast, Meg, if you'll talk about that.
Sure, just go on Pet Life Radio. We have all the podcasts there. And if you have a question for Brent or a question for myself, just write to Brent at PetLifeRadio.com. Be sure to include a snapshot of your pet along with your question and a daytime telephone number. If you are suffering from the loss of a pet and you want to help yourself or a family member with grief, email me with a snapshot of yourself or your pet with a question to Meg at PetLifeRadio.com.
And we want to invite you to join us on Facebook, on Twitter, and again next week. We really appreciate you taking your time to listen to us. We hope that we've expanded your awareness and answered your questions and helped your life with your pet be just a little bit better. Looking forward to seeing you next week on Alive Again.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.